What's going on, y'all? This is Lo.
And this is Key, and we're low key.
Today we're going to be talking to y'all about perception and how the way you perceive a thing or a situation actually creates your reality and the circumstances in front of you, even the people around you.
Yeah, so your perception, it just depends on how you perceive things. So your perception is what you think, and majority of the time, it's based off of a past experience. So you could be experiencing something through an interaction with someone, and you know that person, and you all have had an experience previously. So you perceive or think what is happening through a past experience, which means it might not even be the reality of things, but because it happened and you know for a fact that it happened, you're thinking wrong. So you have to have a clear mind, and it all goes back to having your mind set to the things that you want, the results that you want. You have to be clear on it.
Now, sometimes your perception could be right, but you have to be able to discern what's right and what's in your head. And sometimes, if you perceive a thing as being wrong and it's not actually what you perceived it as, you'll make that thing wrong, even though it was never that, because we literally create our reality. Right? The frequency you put out is gonna come back around. Now, not to say that everything is all rainbows. Sometimes you gotta go with your gut. I mean, that's just the decisions that we have to make as being humans. But a lot of times, especially with your loved ones, you don't want to perceive a thing based on past experiences without proper communication, and being able to delineate between what's real and what you perceive from your past experiences, because that could be very dangerous.
Yeah, of course, and it's like we as people, we feel things. That's a part of being human, and you do have to go with your gut feeling sometimes, because you could be so much in love with a person. When I say that, family members, your partner, whoever, and a lot of times it's not what it is, and sometimes it is what it is, but you have to go with your inner being. I call your gut. Your gut is your inner being, your higher self, and it'll always let you know when something is not right. And the reason why it doesn't feel right is because of your perception. You perceived it as something, and it's okay. You just have to talk about it. You just have to get it out. You have to talk about it.
So let's say like music, right? Mm-hmm. Can music change your perception? You feel?
Yes, very powerful.
How?
Very powerful. The things that you listen to. So, for example, if I listen to something that makes me feel happy, makes me feel empowered, motivated, the words are very powerful. I feel that. And that motivates me. But if I'm listening to something that makes that's making me feel not so good, sad, it's talking about a lot of violence. I feel scared, fearful. Now I'm checking for everything when I'm out. So yes, that can have a big impact on how you perceive things.
Yeah, and you'll pull that energy towards you. And I mean, of course, you could filter it out, but really, how much are you really filtering it out? And like, how big of an influence is that having on your day? Mm-hmm. Like, are you even aware of it having an influence on your day? So we just gotta be more cognizant of how we move. Not saying that you need to listen to jazz music all day, but you gotta have your filter put in. Mm-hmm. And when you don't have time to watch the filter. You need to watch what you're ingesting, because harmful things can slip through the filter, and it can harm the body. It can harm the mind, and it can harm your day, and therefore it can harm your perception of what's around you. You got anything else for me?
Just watch it. Just watch what you're listening to. Your perception. Have a clear mind when you go into something. Have a clear mind. New conversation, new business adventure. Have a clear mind and perceive things from your inner being, your higher self, not off of your ego, not off of what somebody else said. Cause
that's a big one.
Yeah, because sometimes we could perceive things off of what somebody else said. Oh, well, she doesn't like her, or he doesn't like him, or they mean, and there might not even be that, but that's their perception. Not saying that you're wrong, but that's what you perceive. Let me experience it for myself.
Yeah.
So,
all right. You got something else?
That's it.
All right. We got a lot more to talk about. It's just a little snippet of what's to come. This low.
And this is key.
And we moving.
Yes.